All you haters out there, fuck you. This is not a fucking hobby. You're listening to the most relevant sports show on the internet. He's a combat veteran turned entrepreneur turned sports journalist. And she has an IQ higher than your entire family combined. It's the S3. And it starts right now.
What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD. She is lovely little Miss.
Forgot who I am. You saw me 5 whole minutes ago. Forgot who I am.
Change up a little bit. So, Marty Tisdale, Jeff Demers, back after the holiday break. I mean, we've basically been slacking off for a couple weeks now, so there's no way we can just come back and be like on point with everything.
I mean, the whole remembering my name part.
No, I got that part, but like the nickname, for some reason, I wanted to call you by your name from the beginning. And then I forgot, well, no, I just gave my nickname, so I got to give her nickname first. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're moving on. The holiday break was good, though. It was needed. It's been a few weeks since we've been on, but it allowed us to do a lot of stuff on the back end within our company. And so that's been fun. And, oh, by the way, lots of football and lots of sports we've been watching. Absolutely insane. Yeah. So officially, welcome back to the S3 podcast. We are kicking things off, breaking down every matchup from NFL wild card weekend, including picks, predictions, and my full DFS builds for every single game and daily slate. We'll check the temperature of the Phoenix Suns, dive into the NFL coaching carousel, and wrap it all up with a special 70s rock edition of Nailed It. I know if you haven't heard us in a while, you have missed my lovely singing voice. So we'll be doing that. Ms. Lady M will be taking on the 70s this time. I think I've got 4 solid songs for you to try and pull the win out here. We'll do that at the end. Today's episode of the S3 podcast is brought to you by Sports Media X, the training ground for sports fans who want to turn their passion into a legit sports media brand. If you've ever wanted to start a podcast, cover your favorite team, shoot games as media, or build real credibility in sports content, Sports Media X shows you how, step by step, no degree, no connections, no massive following required. You'll learn how to build your brand, create content that gets noticed, and even request media credentials the right way. If you're serious about sports media, this is where it starts. Check out Sports Media X and start building your path into the game. Go to coachjeffdemers.com/media to reserve your seat for the next class. I think our next class is actually coming up next week. Oh, my God. Already. First class of the year. All right, moving on. Let's get into the show. What is first?
Horrible dad joke of the week.
I mean, who doesn't love horrible dad jokes? Let's get it started. Why does Waldo wear stripes?
I don't know.
Well, that's because he doesn't want to be spotted.
But I'm kidding.
Clearly. I mean, come on. All right, what's next? Let's jump into it.
NFL playoffs wild card round.
All right, bye weeks this week for the number 1 seeds, the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. If you had the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks on your bingo card, absolutely go ahead and claim your prize. Holy crap, those are the number 1 seeds.
Right.
Like,
there was no way of knowing what the season was going to look like, even at the beginning of it. This is an upset season for like the entire NFL as far as I'm concerned.
It is crazy. For those of you watching on the live, what was the biggest surprise for the teams that didn't make it? I mean, you would have to probably say the Chiefs.
Yeah,
right?
That's the first time in the Patrick Mahomes era that they've not at least gotten to the playoffs. So that's big for them.
You have to think it would be the Chiefs. for me. Also, I mean, our Patriots, even though we live in Arizona, we are huge Patriots fans since 1985. Don't bring it with the whole, you just fans because of Tom Brady. No, we sat through a lot of losing seasons as a Boston sports fans in general. I mean, we had a little bit of Larry Bird, but we sucked in every other sport.
Right.
So, but diehard Pats fans, even though we do cheer for the Cards here in the Valley of the Sun, as long as they're not playing our favorite teams. So let's jump into it. The Saturday slate. This is what we're going to do. We are going to pick, and we want you, if you're listening live, I want to see you in the comments. Also give your picks for each game. We're going to select every game as opposed to just doing our pick six locks of the week.
Right.
Let's start with the two games on Saturday. The first game, it kicks off at 2:30 here in Arizona. It is on Fox. You have the Rams at 12-5 on the road against the 8-9 Carolina Panthers, because the Panthers won their division thanks to the Atlanta Falcons. That should have been a huge shipment of champagne to
right
after the Carolina Panthers, because they blew it. They should not have been in it. I mean, they had the opportunity. If they would have won, just flat out, they would have been in.
Yeah,
lost, and then they needed help
in by a tooth and a nail into the last wild card spot. So
it would have been the same story if Tampa Bay won. They needed a lot of help too. So, but that was fun watching that. I never thought
yes, it was
on my bingo card. I wouldn't have thought one of the games of the week last week was going to be the Saints Falcons. Right. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. So, Rams, Panthers, who do you have in this game?
I'm actually going to go wild here, and I don't know that I necessarily believe it, but I'm going to pick the Panthers. I think they have the potential to pull up an upset that would make me really happy because, as you know, as long as it's not my team, I love upsets.
You do. You absolutely
I love a good upset. That would be a fucking phenomenal upset, so.
Absolutely.
That's my main vote.
I don't think I can do it, though. I would love to see the Panthers take out the Rams. Right. I would absolutely love it, but I'm gonna bet with my head and not my heart. And my head goes to the fact that the Panthers defense gives up a ton of yards and fantasy points, by the way. And we'll talk about the DFS lineup later, to opposing running backs.
Right.
And the Rams, with all their star power at wide receiver and tight end, apparently, they've got two very capable running backs in Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. So I'm going to take the Rams in that game.
That's the smart choice.
I love how you pick upsets, because it just tells me I'm in trouble. Anytime you pick an upset, it makes me second guess everything I know in life because it comes through.
If there's a team that could pull a major upset, I do feel like it's the Panthers, just because they've done it a couple of times already this season. They've had some crazy wins. So
I want to think they built it. I think they beat the Rams when they played them.
They might have. I don't remember.
Pretty sure they did. The bright spot for the Rams in that game was Devontae Adams. I think he had a couple touchdowns in that game. I am not going with him on DFS this weekend, though. We'll go through that after we go through the slate. But yeah, you probably, if I had to give a percentage on your upset picks, you're probably about 65%, maybe 70%, which is why I'm now second guessing
hesitating a little bit. It's probably still be the Rams. But
all right, so you got the Panthers, I got the Rams in that one. Next game, the late game. This one's on Prime Video. Thank God we still have all the streaming services.
Yeah,
including the NFL. I'm kind of questioning why we have the NFL ticket if all the games are on TV. But we just paid for another month. So
no, we could only watch the Patriots games through the NFL though.
Well, yeah, no, I understand why we did it through this season.
Oh, but
all of the playoff games are televised. So why we just paid for another month of YouTube? I don't know. Anyway, this game, Packers at the Bears. This is going to be a great game. I mean, we could go back and talk about the rivalry. And
like 100-year-old rivalry.
Decades of
rivalry.
Packers at the Bears. I'm going to give you first choice again in this one. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Bears. I think they can do it. The Bears.
If the Packers had Micah Parsons, like I would
that would be a little different of a story. Yeah.
Because I think for the season, the Packers defense is ranked like 11th against opposing quarterbacks. But I mean, Micah Parsons had a lot to do with that, even though he joined the team late in the season.
No, he made a huge difference for that.
Really big difference.
Yeah.
You know
make a difference in this game, but
I'm taking the Packers. I'm taking the Packers because the Packers give up a lot of yards to opposing wide receivers. So keep that in mind when we go over to DFS later on. So we're both different on the
both
first
of
two
the
games
so far.
Sunday early slate. I can't wait to watch this game.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, I think it's going to be really intense.
Bills at Jags. Who you got? Let us know in the comments who you got in this game.
I want to see Trevor Lawrence take down the Bills. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I got to pick the Bills.
You're taking the Bills in this one. That's hilarious because I am taking the Jaguars in this one.
I hope you win this one, honestly, because that would be a much more fun game. I love entertaining. Another good upset. That would be a fantastic upset.
I think it's going to go back and forth. Like, this is going to be a shootout, almost like instead of Bills Chiefs, like shootout, it's a Bills Jags shootout because the Bills defense is ranked 25th in fantasy points given up to running backs, and the Jags defense is ranked 23rd in fantasy points given up to tight ends.
Right.
And the Jaguars love to use their running backs, and the Bills love to use their tight ends. So, I mean, like, there's no answer for this. It's going to go back and forth. I think it's going to come down to the final minutes, and maybe we can give an opportunity to the Jags kicker to win one. Little, I think his name is.
Yeah,
Little. He's such a little guy. Yeah, that's so true in more ways than one. All right. So we're different on the first three games of the weekend. All right, here we go. We have to be the same on this one. 49ers 12-5 at the Eagles 11-6. The defending champions. Did they win last year?
Yeah, they won last year.
Yeah, they won last year.
It was just last year.
It's like for some reason I thought the Chiefs were there. They beat the Chiefs. All right, so the defending champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Have a round one game.
A white knuckle game, I feel like.
All right, well, tell me.
Tight hair. Well, I'm going to lean towards the Niners just a little tiny bit there. I think Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy are going to win over Hurts and Saquon. And that, I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan, so it takes a lot to say that, but.
You've got a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast, a team that plays in not so bad weather all the time, going to freezing friggin' Philadelphia.
Yes.
I'm taking the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Like, I'm taking them. But I like that you brought up McCaffrey, because I may be using him in the DFS lineup here in a little bit.
He's going to blow it up one way or the other.
We are different. If he's
the only one playing on that team, he's going to blow it up tonight.
We are different in every way on this one.
I have a feeling
tell me.
We're going to go the same way on this next one, though.
All right. We've got the Chargers, California team, sunny Southern California team, going all the way up to the Northeast to the Patriots.
I mean, obviously Patriots.
That's where my heart's at.
Yeah.
But my mind is telling me that this is probably one of the toughest defenses in the entire NFL,
Well,
there's really no weak spot.
There is something to be said that we have had a relatively easy schedule. We've only had a couple of games that were even registering as a challenge, and the Chargers are going to be a fucking challenge. But I think we'll see where our real mettle is at in this game.
The Patriots have a good defense too.
They really do. Outside the red zone.
I mean, this might be one of those games, and you've seen me do it with my betting, where I just throw a few bucks on the team that I want to fail just so they'll lose.
Right. So, yeah.
I'm taking the Chargers.
All right.
In this one. But I will be cheering on the Patriots. But I honestly think like that offense combined with that defense, I mean, they've got one of the most well-balanced teams in the playoffs, pending how Justin Herbert's fractured left hand holds up, but he doesn't throw with his left hand. So
right.
I'm taking the Chargers. I can't believe I just said that. A diehard Patriots fan who will be cheering my ass off for the Patriots thinks that the Chargers are going to go in and that defense is going to be too much for our offense. And God, I hope I'm wrong. All right. So we still have not picked the same team.
Yeah, we're all opposites.
The Monday night game. By the way, that Patriots game, 49ers Eagles game is on Fox. Patriots game is on NBC and Peacock. Monday night game, 6:15 our time, is on ESPN and ABC. It is the Texans at 12-5 at the Steelers. Who you got? I got lucky as you got the Texans.
Yeah.
You're taking the Texans.
I am taking the Texans.
Just saw the Steelers do when it came down to it, when the maximum amount of pressure was on old man Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, that game was lost by a rookie kicker more than it was won by the Steelers' talent.
Yeah,
is
he even going to be able to
downplaying what the Steelers did during the game, but there was a lot of luck at the end of that.
They fired their head coach because of that loss.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome to Arizona, John Harbaugh. Now we'll talk about that in a minute, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texans. I think I would like to see that. So
all right. Well, my notes for this game says that the Steelers defense is ranked 30th in the NFL in points given up to tight ends, fantasy points given up to tight ends. So I think Dalton Schultz will be very big in this. I just don't think the Steelers will be able to match one on defense. Defense. You can't match it. The Houston Texans defense is one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
And then offense wise, I mean, I'd give the edge for the Steelers running backs, but you've got Higgins, you've got Collins, you've got Dalton Schultz. You got CJ Stroud.
CJ.
I just do not see the Steelers
the past several games. So
the only way the Steelers pull this off is because of the cold. Right. It's a nighttime game in Pittsburgh.
Right.
You have a dome Houston team going up north. You know what? I'm going to call the upset on this one. I'm taking old man Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers.
All right.
Yeah, why?
That puts us opposite on every single game.
Why did I do that?
I don't know. You're crazy in your face.
I mean, I am, and you love me for it. So
I do.
I don't think this is a shock to you at all. All right, so let's run down it. Who picked who for these games? Ladies and gentlemen, if you just chiming in, let us know who you have winning these wild card games. Yep. So first game,
I took Panthers, you took Rams.
All right, we're different on that one. Next game, Packers, Bears.
I took Bears, you took Packers.
Next game, Bills, Jaguars.
I took Bills, you took Jaguars.
I legit think the Jaguars can pull that out.
Love to see that so bad.
All right, 49ers and Eagles.
I took the Niners. You took the Eagles.
I do not see the defending champions losing to a prissy West Coast team at home. I don't know. I think Christian McCaffrey could probably run all over this defense, but then again, the 49ers
they have a
have
Saquon.
a bad
So if you
rushing
want to talk
defense
about
too.
the two most matched sides, Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, that is like that's a good match. That's all I'm saying. They're about the good quality matchup.
Hold on.
Sure.
Yeah, you gotta show that. Not to mention it's the 20th anniversary of Super Bowl 40 this year and the 50th anniversary of the terrible towel. What? I love on the commercial, what's his name that does the DoorDash commercials? Bradley.
Oh yeah, right. So he calls him a napkin.
He goes, You got the Steelers waving Bradley around their little yellow napkins. Like
I've had Renegade stuck in my head since that game, though, by the way.
So. Have you? Yeah. It's funny you should mention
It's a great song, but
keep that in your head because you may need that later on for Nailed It. That is a great point. All right. And then what's the next game? Who we got?
Oh, Chargers Patriots. I took the Patriots. You took the Chargers.
Why I went against my favorite team? Look, this is the best. The Patriots have had kind of,
to make sure they win.
I'm going to say nicely, kind of a fluff schedule. They did beat the Bills. They beat Tampa Bay before they crumbled. A
little bit.
It's going to be really interesting. What's up, Philly Mike? Thoughts on the AFC now since Broncos just lost, Pats retained for the remainder of the year. That's true. He went down 1 hour ago. I saw the alert on that. In practice, it was really tier 3. I still think that the Broncos defense is phenomenal. That is going to be a tough spot for them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can, for one corner, for one side, you can bring over the top help with the safety. Not to mention they're playing in Mile High,
right?
Lack of oxygen, high pressure. I think they still have the benefit, regardless of who goes in to Denver next week. So, but it's going to be interesting. That is a huge loss though for them. We'll definitely free up some fantasy points for wide receivers, depending on who goes to Denver. Denver did slide by. I mean, let's be honest. Denver, everybody gives a lot of crap to the Patriots for sliding by. Denver had to come from behind in the fourth quarter on so many last second games. So I'm looking at the I was only kidding. This is fake news. You son of a bitch. Fake news. Philly Mike, what should you expect from a guy named Philly Mike? I did get an alert though. I think somebody actually is bringing in John Harbaugh for an interview. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, moving on.
Well, we got the last one.
All right,
I
Texans,
said
Steelers.
Steelers.
I've got the Steelers.
Yep.
I've got the Steelers at home, waving their little yellow napkins.
I've got the Texans. I think CJ Stroud could do it.
I don't think this is the end for Aaron Rodgers. So we'll get into that.
He wants that last ring on his finger pretty fucking bad.
I'm talking about them getting through the first round. Let's not get crazy with it. The Steelers are not winning at all.
It makes a difference when you play with that fire. So
the Steelers are not winning at all. And quite honestly, it's going to be extremely difficult. Like we saw it in the Baltimore Ravens game. Aaron Rodgers 10 years ago could outrun a defensive end easily.
Yeah.
He couldn't outrun a defensive tackle to the sideline last week.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
So
those days are done.
I don't know. But again, I mean, Houston does allow some pretty big yards on the ground. So look for Gainwell and look for who's the other guy for the Steelers? Was their number one? Not their number one now.
All
I think
think of
Gainwell's gonna run all over him.
Fairmouth?
No, not him.
Fryer.
I don't even have him on my DFS. Speaking of which, what's next?
JD's DFS lineups for wild card weekend.
Let's actually talk about something I know a lot about because we have won some pretty good money this year on our DFS lineups. Let's jump into wild card weekend, starting with the Rams and Panthers showdown. I'm going to go through the showdown lineup for every game, and then there's a game for the 2-game slate on Saturday and a game for the Sunday slate. And then I'll go over the showdown for Monday night as well, who I am picking and why. Starting with the Rams and Panthers, note on this one, the Panthers defense is ranked 24th in fantasy points given up to running backs. Well, the Rams have a couple of pretty good, not great, but pretty damn good running backs in Kyron Williams and Blake Corum from Michigan. By the way, I'm not a Michigan fan. Do want to catch a game in the big house someday, though. Yeah. Definitely want to do that. All right, captain spot. The way the showdowns work on DraftKings, the captain spot costs 1.5 times the original value, but they get 1.5 times the points. So I am throwing running back Kyron Williams for the Rams into the captain spot at 14-1. Remember, Panthers defense is ranked 24th in fantasy points given up to running backs. Now, when we're talking about the Rams, I mean, whether or not the defense is really good for the Panthers covering wide receivers, I cannot put a team together without Puka Nacua for the Rams at 12,800.
Yeah.
I've also got wide receiver Tataroa McMillan for Carolina at 8,800. I've got, there he is, running back Blake Corum for the Rams at 5,400. I've got tight end Tyler Higbee. He's questionable right now. And it's going to be interesting to see if he plays. If he plays, throw Tyler Higbee in there at 3,600. And then I finished off that slate with Harrison Mavis, the kicker for the Rams, at 5,000. So I've got Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Tataroa McMillan, Blake Corum, Harrison Mavis, and Tyler Higbee. Next up, I got the Packers at the Bears showdown. The note for this game, the Bears defense is ranked 27th in fantasy points given up to wide receivers, which is why my captain for this game is wide receiver Christian Watson for Green Bay. It costs $11,700 to put him there. I've got both quarterbacks for this game in Caleb Williams at 10-6 and Jordan Love at 10-4. I've got the youngster, the rookie tight end, Colston Loveland for Chicago. He's been amazing this year at 6,400. I've also got wide receiver Romeo Doubs for Green Bay, and I've got the kicker, Cairo Santos for Chicago at $5,000. So again, the showdown lineup, DFS showdown lineup for DraftKings. For that I've got the captain, wide receiver Christian Watson, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Colston Loveland, Romeo Doubs, and Cairo Santos. For the 2-game slate for DFS for Saturday, the full day slate, I've got quarterback Jordan Love. My running backs are Rico Dowdle and Cairo Williams. I almost threw both Rams running backs in there, but I went with Rico Dowdle. Wide receivers, Luther Burden III for Chicago, Puka Nacua for the World, and Christian Watson for Green Bay. Tight end Colston Loveland's also in there for my flex. I've got running back Josh Jacobs, and I've got the Rams defense special teams. That is your entire Saturday slate for DFS. Jordan Love, Rico Dowdle, Kyron Williams, Luther Burden III, Puka Nacua, Christian Watson, Colston Loveland, Josh Jacobs, and the Rams defense. Let's look at the Sunday showdown slate. The Bills at the Jags showdown. Note, Bills defense ranked 25th in fantasy points given up to running backs. Jaguars ranked 23rd in fantasy points to tight ends. So my captain for this game, I've got Travis Etienne Jr. Look for him to have a really good game against that terrible Buffalo Bills rushing defense. They have a really good passing defense.
Yeah.
But they're not that good against against the rush. Also, Jaguars, again, ranked 23rd in giving points up to tight ends. So I've got Travis Etienne Jr. at my captain spot. I've got quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence, both on there. Allen costs 11 grand. Trevor Lawrence costs 10 grand. So I need to pull off some magic with the rest of this. I've got tight end Dalton Kincaid currently questionable. So check your lineups at game time or before game time. But if he plays, he's in. Tight end Dalton Kincaid for Buffalo at 5,400. I've also got his brother on the other side, tight end Dawson Knox for Buffalo at 4,400. And then I've got Bashal Tutin for Jacksonville because, again, the Bills' rushing defense is terrible. Their passing defense, pretty damn good. Rushing defense, not so good. So I've got both the 1 and 2 running backs with my captain being Travis Etienne Jr. For that, 49ers at Eagles showdown. Note on this game, the Eagles defense is ranked 22nd in fantasy points to running backs, but the 49ers is ranked 23rd. So I flipped a coin. I got Christian McCaffrey as my captain at 17 grand. I've got Jalen Hurts for Philly at 11.2. I've got Saquon Barkley at 10 grand. I'm running out of money, so I had to make up some stuff. I got both kickers, right. Jake Elliott and Eddie Pinheiro, and then I've got running back Kyle Juszczyk for San Francisco at 4,600. Hopefully he can catch me a touchdown running in on the goal line.
I mean, it's hard not to have faith in a team that's got McCaffrey and Barkley on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, for reals. How often does that come up as an option?
That's true. All right, Chargers at Pats showdown. Note on this one, the Pats defense is ranked 21st in fantasy points allowed to tight ends. This is where you can put together a really good roster because tight end Oronde Gadsden in the captain spot only costs $6,600. Then you've got Drake May and Justin Herbert in there. And then I've got a pair of wide receivers, Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston for the Chargers. And then there's really not a big weakness right now for San Diego, for the LA Chargers. But I got to throw in some Hunter Henry at 6,400. I got to give Drake May one of his favorite targets. So, again, my team for the Pats and Chargers showdown, I've got Captain Oronde Gadsden in the second. You got Drake May, Justin Herbert, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnson, and Hunter Henry to fill out that DraftKings DFS showdown. Next up, Texans at Steelers. Here's the note for this game. Steelers defense ranked 30th in the NFL in fantasy points given up to tight ends. That's why my captain is tight end Dalton Schultz for Houston at 9,600. Also throw in wide receiver Nico Collins for 10.6. Quarterback CJ Stroud at 10.2. I had to flip a coin, either put in the old man at quarterback or throw in DK Metcalf. After a 2-game rest, right, he should be fired up and ready to go. So I've got DK Metcalf instead of Aaron Rodgers. I do have tight end Pat Freiermuth for Pittsburgh, and I've got the kicker Kaimi Brown for Houston at $5,000. So I've got Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins, CJ Stroud, DK Metcalf, Pat Freiermuth, and Kaimi Brown for my DFS showdown team for that game, Texans at Steelers. For some reason, I also, in case you missed it, picked the damn Steelers to win that game. I'm just betting on you've got a Southern team in a dome going to Pittsburgh at night in the winter. I don't know. Maybe some Aaron Rodgers discount double check gonna come back. I don't know. Somehow the Steelers are gonna try and pull that game off for me. I doubt it. That defense is really freaking good. But hey, we're gonna have an upset somewhere this weekend. What's next? Oh, I gotta give the DFS, the 3-game DFS. Yeah. I gotta give that. All right. So for the entire Sunday slate, which is only 3 games, so you're not counting the Texans at Steelers Monday night game. At quarterback, I got Justin Herbert. Running back, Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey. Wide receivers, Ladd McConkey, Khalil Shakir, Devontae Smith. Tight end, Oronde Gadsden second. My flex is Travis Etienne Jr. going up against that horrible Buffalo Bills rushing defense. And my defense special teams, the Chargers. I'm trying to speak disappointment in my DFS team so that our Patriots can win. But so again, running down the DFS team for the 3-game slate on Sunday, I've got Justin Herbert, running back Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey going up against 2 terrible rushing defenses. Actually 3, because I do throw in Travis Etienne Jr. for my flex. I've got Ladd McConkey, Khalil Shakir, and Devontae Smith as my wide receivers. Rondé Gadsden II going up against a really bad defense in New England as far as covering wide receivers. And then I got the Chargers defense. So that's it. All right, what's next?
Temperature of the Suns.
Right now it's freaking freezing here in the
So
Valley
cold.
of the Suns. God, it is. It is cold. I know. Like you're from Boston.
I know I'm a baby,
like,
but I'm from here. Damn it, I can handle 120.
I'm from Boston.
I'm just gonna throw that out
but
there.
I haven't lived there in 25 freaking years. Like heat this stuff up. Like crank the heat up. Let's get back to 110, 115. Get me out on the golf course, loving that heat. Man. All right. So the Phoenix Suns currently sit in 7th in the Western Conference with a 21-15 record. They've won 7 of their last 10 games, including wins against the Lakers and Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
they did lose their last game in Houston thanks to a Kevin Durant last-second three-pointer. They're currently finishing up their road trip in Memphis, taking on the Grizzlies. They return home to take on the Knicks and Wizards starting Friday night. The Phoenix Suns have exceeded expectations.
Mm-hmm.
They were projected, according to the projected win total, to finish 12th in the Western Conference, and they're currently sitting in 7th and playing better and better basketball every day. Mm-hmm. That win against Oklahoma City with Devin Booker putting in the dagger 3 last second from about 35 feet was amazing. Their defense has improved thanks to Dylan Brooks' attitude on defense. I love the fact that we brought him into the Valley because he hates the Lakers. He hates LeBron James. Like, I love that. No, look, I'm not trying to hate on LeBron James. God, Lord knows I've done that enough. But I love seeing that type of, I don't want to see where everybody's friends and they all love each other and get together and hopefully they'll play together in the future. I don't want to see that, right? I want to see, like, these teams hate each other. This is going to be a great game.
Yeah.
To watch. It's going to be physical. It's going to be awesome. I love to see that. All right. What's next?
NFL coaching carousel.
All right. So let me go ahead and make sure this is the updated model that I'm looking at as of 3:10, so about an hour and a half ago. This is what is going on. So the teams that have fired people, the Ravens have fired John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I'm just going through head coaches right now. The Arizona Cardinals, obviously, they fired head coach Jonathan Gannon. The Las Vegas Raiders fired their head coach, Pete Carroll, their offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly, and special teams coordinator, Tom McMahon. Mm-hmm. The Cleveland Browns head coach is gone, Kevin Stefanski. The Atlanta Falcons head coach, Raheem Morris, is gone. Head coach, Brian Daboll. We knew all about him already. That happened earlier this season for the New York Giants. So that's an opening. And, oh, by the way, head coach Brian Callahan of the Tennessee Titans. How messed up are the Tennessee Titans right now? You know, they used to have a pretty damn good coach there by the name of Mike Vrabel, but got jealous because of all the love that he went up and showed the New England Patriots family after they put him in the Hall of Fame up there. And then he came back, and within like 2 weeks, he was fired.
I hope they're kicking themselves right now after watching what he's done this season. Come on.
So this is the latest news. The coaches that are up for interviews or have been requested interviews, let's start with right here in the Valley. The Arizona Cardinals have requested Thomas Brown, the Patriots passing game coordinator. They want to meet with him. They have scheduled Clint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator. They have scheduled a meeting with Raheem Morris, former Falcons head coach. They have scheduled Matt Nagy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator. They have scheduled Robert Saleh, the 49ers defensive coordinator and former Jets head coach.
Yeah.
They have also scheduled Anthony Weaver, the Dolphins defensive coordinator. I love the fact that they're bringing in a ton of people, all pretty reputable, with maybe the exception of Anthony Weaver. I'm not a big fan of his, but he's been around the league for a while, so maybe they're just saying, you know what? Maybe he deserves a shot. The Dolphins defense wasn't terrible, but it is what it is. Out of those, honestly, I would probably love to see Raheem Morris. There is nowhere on this list, by the way, where it says John Harbaugh is on the list. I thought there was an alert on him, but I guess not.
It would have been a very, very, very smart move for the
I
Cardinals.
honestly don't think Bidwell has the balls to try and bring in John Harbaugh to the Valley.
He's probably not going to even be willing to pay.
He would probably won't be willing to pay, and he probably won't be willing to like give up that much control.
Yeah,
like that is a winning head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. The Atlanta Falcons head coach interviews. They also want to speak with Clint Kubiak and Anthony Weaver. Head coach interviews for the Ravens. Stop me if you heard this before. Clint Kubiak and Anthony Weaver. Head coach interviews for the Browns. Aiden Durde, the Seahawks defensive coordinator. Todd Monken, the Ravens offensive coordinator. Dan Pitcher, the Bengals offensive coordinator. Tommy Reese, the Browns offensive coordinator. And Jim Schwartz, the Browns defense coordinator. They are trying, it looks like they're thinking that they need a head coach that knows how to work with Lamar Jackson, which they should. Lamar's the face of that team. Yeah, you have Derrick Henry, but he's getting old. Lamar's going to be around longer, most likely, than Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, you're bringing in, you're looking at, really? Yeah, you're probably looking at coaches that can work with Shedeur Sanders. My bad, not Lamar Jackson. The Ravens offense coordinator, I get that one because he worked with Lamar Jackson. So if Shedeur Sanders is the future of the team, I mean, bringing in the Ravens offense coordinator and the Browns offense coordinator does make sense. Head coach interviews for the Las Vegas Raiders. You've got Vance Joseph, the Broncos defensive coordinator. Clint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator. Matt Nagy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator. And Davis Webb, the Broncos QB coach. Broncos QB coach has been requested, not scheduled. All the other ones have been scheduled. The New York Giants have requested Lou Anarumo. Yeah, I said that right. Colts defensive coordinator. Clint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator. Mike McCarthy, former Cowboys and Packers head coach, is scheduled. Raheem Morris, former Falcons head coach, and Kevin Stefanski, former Browns head coach, all scheduled. And that is it for Tennessee Titans. I was looking at the Dolphins, and I'm like, the Dolphins aren't looking for a head coach for some stupid reason.
That might change in the next bit here, but yeah.
I saw Mike McDaniel's quote. He said, "I'm the head coach until I'm told otherwise."
Well, that's fair.
That's true. All right. So head coach interviews for Tennessee. Lou Anarumo, the Colts defensive coordinator, is scheduled. All of these are scheduled. Vance Joseph, Broncos defensive coordinator. Raheem Morris, the former Falcons head coach. Matt Nagy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator. Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs defensive coordinator. It's the first mention of him, and it's about time. And then Kevin Stefanski, the former Browns head coach. All of them will want to at least talk to John Harbaugh. I'm pretty sure of it.
I mean, you would think so. That is a golden nugget that was just dropped from the sky into somebody's lap. You'd be a fool not to at least.
Out of all the teams that need a head coach, you got the Cardinals, Falcons, Ravens, Browns, Raiders, Giants, and Titans. Which one would you want to be the head coach of?
Me?
Yeah.
There's a little tiny part of me And what's it say, Raiders? Just because Tom Brady's an owner? No, like, all right, more realistically, I think like the Falcons have good bones.
Oh, the Falcons definitely do.
So I would.
That's why it's shocking. That's why he got fired.
Yeah.
That's why Morris
like
got fired, because he had a ton of weapons on that team and couldn't happen. And he's a defensive-minded coach. His defense didn't step up.
I wouldn't want to put out a dumpster fire. It's not my style. So I probably lean more towards the Falcons. A little.
You know what? I'm going to tell you why I would choose the Raiders.
Because you want the dumpster fire. Now you want to start from scratch and build something.
Yeah. Not only that, but they have the number 1 draft pick.
One of the extremes. Nothing in the middle where you're stuck.
They have the number 1 draft pick, and they have the number 2 most cap space as of right now heading into the offseason. So they've got a ton of money to spend.
Yeah.
They've got top draft picks. So
that's true.
I mean,
if they make the right moves in the offseason.
They got a nice stadium, good weather.
Yeah, it's Vegas.
It's Vegas, right?
Yeah. I do love
and
Vegas.
Yes, you get Tom Brady. I wouldn't be worried about that. I'd take as much advice from Tom Brady as possible.
Right. Just bothering him all the time.
It does.
Hey, Tom.
It does bring up another thing, though, with the Falcons. Is they interviewed Bill Belichick 2 years ago.
Right.
And went with Raheem Morris.
Right.
It's interesting. Very interesting. I'm not saying Belichick could have turned him around, but they went with Morris, and he's fired in 2 years.
Yeah.
Instead of arguably the greatest coach of all time. Yeah. So there is that fact. All right. What's next?
Nailed it.
All right. I know everybody has just been waiting for this segment because you have been waiting to hear my beautiful voice singing out lyrics to great classic rock songs. I suck at singing, which is what makes this one so fun. So what is Nailed It? Basically, I will sing the lyrics of up to 4 classic rock songs. You get a half a point for the title and a half a point for the artist. The goal is to get a total of 3 points to win. You do get 1 pass, which is worth a full point, but you can't win on a pass. You must wait for my awesomeness, because that's what it is, to finish prior to giving an answer. You will always know when I am finished, as you will hear the words, nailed it. If you want to be a guest on Nailed It, if you're local, you can actually win prizes. If you're not local, you can still win, but you can't win prizes because the prizes are not good enough to actually put in the mail and pay to be shipped out. So
it costs more than they were worth. So, yeah.
So, all right. You know what? If you're in the chat, if you know the song, maybe you can help out Lady M a little bit. She's not much. She chose 70s rock this week, so I gave her the option. Every month we reset. She can do 70s, 80s, 90s, or a mix of all 3, and she chose the 70s rock version. You know what, though? I think you're at least going to nail this first one.
Okay. We'll see.
At least going to nail this first one. All right. Here we go. You need half a point for the artist, half a point for the title. Help her out in the chat if you know the answers to these. She's not going to need you for this first one. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. I'm just going to cut it right there.
I have to remember who sings it now. That was a Renegade. Styx.
There you go.
Yeah.
Half a point, and the name of the title of the song again?
Renegade.
There you go. Full point.
It's a good song.
Off of song 1. Still have your pass. Here we go. I got to remember how these go.
Used to be a roadie
talking for an hour. All right. Song number 2. Here we go. Living on a lighted stage approaches the unreal. For those who think and feel in touch with some reality beyond the gilded cage. Nailed it. You know this song.
I do.
Who is it? If you know the artist and the title of the song, throw it in the chat. Help her out.
Pass. I'm taking my pass.
Who sings it? What's the title? 5. You
Pass.
Still got your pass. Ah, it's Limelight by Rush. Like the only Rush song you know.
It is like the only Rush song I know.
All right, so you got 2 points. You only need 1 more point in the last 2 songs. Okay. All right, here we go. See me ride out of the sunset on your color TV screen. Out for all that I can get. If you know what I mean. Nailed it. Shit. Who sings it? What's the title of the song? You need a full point. 5, 4.
I don't have it.
3. That would be TNT by my favorite band, AC/DC. All right, so you down to the final song. You need both the artist and the title. Help her out in the chat if you know the artist and the title. She needs the full point.
I need the full point.
Here we go. In my awesomeness singing voice. Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. Nailed it. You need the full point. 10 seconds.
Oh, the name won't come. Aerosmith Dream On.
Yes! For the win. Ladies and gentlemen, she pulls it off. That is
I love that
amazing.
Song. I love that song.
Wow. Very good.
It.
You know what?
Like only the third time I've ever won. I usually lose. So
very good. That's only like the third time you've ever played Nailed
Only
It.
like the third time I've ever won.
Unbelievable. Wow. All right, before we let you out of here, if you've ever said, I want to do sports media, but I don't know where to start, this is your moment. I'm hosting a free Sports Media X webcast in the near future where I break down exactly how sports fans like us are turning podcasts, blogs, and social content into real media brands and how you can do it too. No experience, no credentials, no gatekeepers. If this is your first time tuning in, I am Credentialed Press. I cover the Arizona Diamondbacks. I cover Arizona State football and a little bit of NASCAR. And coming up, I believe the Arizona Rattlers as well are jumping on board. Go to coachjeffdemers.com/media to register for the next Sports Media X web class and take the first step towards covering the sports you love instead of just watching from the couch. We'll see you inside. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for the S3 podcast and Sports Media X. And also make sure you follow myself at SMAHTSide, SMAAHTSIDE, and Lady M at Lady M_S3 on X. Shout out also to our men and women in uniform, those serving and those who have served. Go Army, be Navy next year, I guess. Lady M, what are the final words?
Keep loving sports.
That's the show for now. Shout out to the most badass military in the world and the toughest veterans to ever walk the planet. And as always, all you haters.